And welcome back to Hannity. Well, they've done it again. The so-called liberal journalists over at NBC News have been caught red-handed once again, misleading their viewers. Now, on Friday, Vice President Biden attended a ceremony to dedicate a memorial plaque in honor of State Department employees who lost their lives in the line of duty. But an anchor at the Peacock Network tried to spin the vice president's words and make it look like he was pushing the administration's anti-gun agenda. Watch this.
No child should predecease their parents. I wish I could tell you we're not going to add any more names to this wall. I wish I could say that with certainty. But the truth of the matter is, there will be more. There will be more.
That was Vice President Biden just a short time ago talking about children as the victims of gun violence. He's planning a new push on background checks, and that leads to our big question for you. What is too young for a gun?
Pretty unbelievable. As soon as the internet started buzzing over NBC's blatant bias, they were forced to issue a half-hearted apology, and they did what they always do best. They just blamed the producer. It's not their fault.
Earlier today on MSNBC, we played a soundbite from the vice president in which we stated he was speaking about gun control. The vice president was actually speaking about Benghazi. It was a producer error. MSNBC regrets the error.
Oopsie daisy. Joining me now with reaction, news editor for townhall.com, Fox News contributor Katie Pavlich, conservative columnist, author A.J. Delgado. Guys, good to see you both.
Good to see you, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
By the way, and Katie got to listen to my speech at the NRA this weekend.
I laughed at your jokes just like you asked me to, so you should be proud.
Well, I wanted you to get the room started. Although the girls were drinking, it didn't matter. It was fine. No matter what I said, it was going to be funny.
You did a great job.
All right, well, so let's start with this. I mean, blatantly editing. This is not the first time. We see this all the time. It's almost like a matter of course. Katie.
Yeah, we do see this. Anything to push their agenda over at MSNBC. We saw this with the Trayvon Martin case when they tried to frame George Zimmerman as a racist. They purposely took a 911 call and chopped that up to make it seem like he was a racist. Going back to 2009, MSNBC host at the time, Contessa Brewer, remember this at a Tea Party rally. They showed only the bottom half of a man exercising his Second Amendment rights, carrying a rifle and a handgun, and claimed that there was a racial overtone when they failed to point out that that video was edited not to show that it was a black Tea Partier who was carrying those guns at that Tea Party rally. MSNBC is shameless, and they always come back to this. It was a producer error, but this is a pattern of behavior that they have there to push their agenda every single time.
AJ?
You know, what's most disturbing about this particular clip, Sean, is they took a quote that had nothing to do with gun control and made it into such, which shows us yet again, particularly MSNBC, they're acting more as publicists than journalists, because this is what publicists do. They'll look for a quote here, a quote there that they can spin, that they can twist into their narrative. And this is a perfect example. This had nothing to do with gun control, but ooh, it's something we can use. Let's run with it.
All right, let me show what obviously it was Mr. Thrill Up His Leg Obama-gasm himself, Chris Matthews, had Dan Rather on a Sunday program, and listen to what Dan Rather, who frankly should be humiliated and embarrassed after this whole National Guard debacle that ended his entire career, but listen to what he says now exposing his liberal bias about conservatives.
All of these things we've said about what the president could do, should do, might have, could have. But the central thing to keep in mind is his opponents, you talk about taking them out to dinner, making nice with it. These people politically want to cut his heart out and throw his liver to the dogs. That does make it very, very difficult to come on nice to them.
Yeah, well, it causes indigestion over dinner, don't you think?
Texas, then?
By the way, I'm with you, Dan, because I don't know how much, I do think he doesn't enjoy the company of his fellow politicians. Excuse me, Mr. President, you're one of them.
Obama and the Democrats, they never say anything bad about Republicans, you know, wanting to kill grandma, poison the air and water, and hurt little children, right, AJ?
Well, he sounds delusional, Sean. I'm embarrassed for Mr. Rather here. I mean, they want to cut his heart out and throw him to the dogs. Somebody's been watching a little bit Game of Thrones too much or such. I don't know. But if somebody wants to discuss what a president is like when he's being destroyed, really, by the media and thrown to the dogs, Mr. Rather knows all about that with what he did just a few years ago, back in 2004, as you mentioned, with that whole Rathergate fiasco. He really knows what he's talking about here. So it's ironic that he mentions that. He's the king of taking a president and throwing him to the dogs.
Katie?
Apparently, Dan Rather didn't get the memo. We're not supposed to talk about dogs and President Obama in the same sentence. It's a touchy subject for the president, considering his history with eating dogs.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, on a serious
Poor
note, look,
puppies.
President Obama has been on record multiple times in multiple interviews telling the country and the world, I might add, how much he doesn't like working with Congress and he wishes they would just get out of the way. So if anything,
What would you
it's the
prefer?
president who isn't willing to work with them.
Would you have preferred to have been the dog that was on top of the Romney's car that made it to its destination and lived, or the dog that
Seamus.
was eaten by Obama?
Or the dog on the plate.
I think I'd rather be the Romney
Seamus is
dog.
Exactly.
All
He's
right,
still
guys.
alive, right?
Well, lived for happily ever after, for all we know. All right, goodness, unless Obama found him and ate him. I don't know. Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.